Hey, welcome everybody to our new video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Rise of the Floodborn, the new cards that are being released um, by Ravensburger, and we're really excited to talk about what they've come out with and what we think we'll see.
Yeah, here, let me pull that up real quick. Boom. Okay. Oh, oops. Let me go back to the
Spoilers.
beginning. Yeah, oops. Okay. So we'll just go through all the cards real quick. Um, these have been out for a few days. But first here we got Elsa Gloves Off. So it's a 4-cost inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, challenger +3, 1 lore.
I
Uh,
think that's one of the best forecasts I've seen. I don't see a lot of really good forecasts, but I like that one a lot.
That's true. It does have pretty good value. It's not anything like super crazy, right? It's just challenger, but it's pretty strong. I mean, hitting for 6 as a 4 cost is really good. Um, but there's not much to say besides that, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a common as well, so we'll probably see a lot of it.
Yeah. So nothing too crazy with that one. Then we have Merlin. So he's another 4 cost, 1 strength, 5 willpower. But he has the Battle of Wits. Whenever one of your other characters is returned to your hand from play, this character gets +1 lore this turn.
That's
Uh,
an interesting mechanic. We already have in chapter one the card Befuddle. Um, and that is a Merlin based card,
yeah,
has Merlin on it. You can return I think it's a 1 or 2 cost character or item to your hand,
to any
right?
player's hand.
Yeah, so that can synergize with Merlin as well. A little bit of
Yeah, there's not
resistance
a lot
against.
of synergy though. I mean, there's like the brooms with Mickey, the
Mm,
magic broom, and with the sorcerer Mickey that when they die they can return to your hand. I guess like Doctor Facilier. Like there's a little bit. So I'm interested to see what else they add. This Merlin is on the deck or on the front of one of the starter decks. So I'm interested to see if they really like kind of dive into it as like a combo for that starter deck. But this one seems kind of very situational. I feel like right now I wouldn't play with it.
yeah, that is interesting. That's a good point.
Like it's not super good right now.
Um, yeah, also as a forecast, like that late in the game, you're not gonna. I mean, you would might want to use Befuddle earlier. I don't know how it'll work totally,
Yeah.
but it is a rare card, so not not totally common, not totally uncommon, just kind of in the
Yeah.
middle. So
Yep. Okay. Ooh. Then we get this Mickey. So this is a super rare one. Friendly face, 6 cost, 1 strength, 6 willpower. Glad you're here. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 3 less for the next character, and it gets 3 lore points. This is definitely like I think we're really starting to see some of the themes of the ink colors, and the amber is definitely get cards out, help you get cards out easier, that sort of thing. This Mickey, it seems pretty awesome, actually.
yeah, it is really good because um I like it better than ramp personally because ramp you have to right a lot of them like you can put cards from your deck straight into your inkwell or you put an extra card from your hand into your inkwell. Um, but I think this is a little bit better because I think it's more consistent. You don't have to risk putting cards that maybe you would want to play from your deck into your inkwell, right? Like what if that was a card that like a Dragonfire that you really needed that you just inked on accident and you wouldn't know, right?
Right.
This is more consistent. I think it also with cards, right? If you're inking cards from your hands, you don't have to ink as many cards. Like if you're running a deck like this, you could ink six and then just stop,
Yeah,
and
plus
you
if you
wouldn't
have
need anything else.
Lantern or Just in Time or another card we'll see here in a second, there's a couple ways to
Yeah,
get cards out. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. It doesn't hit very hard, but that's kind of not the point. It just sits there and you have to deal with it. Then we get to Raya, which this is one of the faces, like the big faces of the new set. It seems like 4 cost, 5 strength, 3 willpower, 1 lore, no ability, just a vanilla card. I mean, isn't this the exact same as the Fire Scar?
Yeah, except Fire Scar is a villain and she's a princess, right? So there's a slight difference if you're building a villain deck or if you're building a princess deck, you can use one or
Yeah,
the other.
but I
But
don't.
other than
I
that,
mean, I don't think very many people run that Scar. He can
yeah.
shift into the other Scar, which also isn't that good, or doesn't at least so far is not very good. So this one I'm not expecting to be very good. I guess we'll see if there's a like a shift, 8 cost Raya or something. But
Yeah. At uncommon rarity too. I'm kind of expecting something a little bit cooler, but that's
yeah,
okay.
yep. Okay, then we get Sorcerer Spellbook. This item, 3 cost, uninkable, and you can exert it, pay 1 ink to just gain a lore. So this is something I'm expecting to see a lot better items this set, and I'm also expecting to see more item removal. I kind of think the first set they went easy on the items because the only removal was the steel beast and then the break action in steel. And so I'm expecting to see a lot better items this set with some more item removal. And this is one of them. It's just you can just win. Oh yeah, exert done.
I agree for sure because I think they did a lot of I think they did some foreshadowing in the first chapter. Um like right, you have the beast with break, right? When you play him, you can break an item that they have. Also there's break the action. You just destroy an item, right? And I feel like in the
Mm-hmm.
first chapter, that's rarely worth it, right? When is it ever worth it to break someone's item? Like almost never, right? Because items kind of cost a lot and they're not very useful. But items like this, definitely worth breaking.
Yeah, and
If
if
they can just get a lore for 1 ink every time, that's crazy value.
yeah, and if break and the steel beast continue to be the only item removal, like that's not going to work, right? There's got to be other ways to take care of items. So this is pretty good. It's a good sign. I think items are really important. So it's cool to see one that's very strong. Which here's another one. So this is the dinner bell. I believe this is from the Great Mouse Detective. 4 cost uninkable. You exert it and pay 2 ink. Draw cards equal to the damage on chosen character of yours, then banish them. This one, I feel like it could be really good if you have a big character that's going to die anyways. Like maybe, it's just too good not to be killed, and it's got already 5 damage or something. I'm kind of thinking like this is Ruby, so I'm thinking the Ruby Tekka, right? That's a big body. If you're playing with steel, there's a bunch of big bodies and stuff. And this card seems like it could be really good. You can draw a bunch of cards to sacrifice a character, but it also seems like it's kind of situational. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to get more card draw. It's red with card draw, which I think red really
Yeah, I don't
or
think they have hardly anything.
yeah, Ruby has almost no card draw, right? So I think it's going to be interesting to see how that plays into deck building because that gives another option for some card draw in Ruby, which they lack in a lot. So
Yeah,
that'll be
yeah.
interesting.
So this one we'll have to see. I mean, it seems like it could be good. Then we come to Tiana. This is a 4 cost uninkable. This brings the new keyword resist. Resist +2. So any damage dealt to this character is reduced by 2. Kind of a big deal. She also has the ability while this character is exerted and you have no cards in hand, opponents cannot play actions. Honestly, I feel like the what you give is what you get ability is almost never going to matter. uh, I mean, I don't know. You run out of cards a lot, but I don't know that you can just be like, oh, I'm just not going to play with cards in my hand. And I don't know. It doesn't seem super good, but the resist seems awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think the ability is kind of interesting. Maybe if you were playing a deck where you don't have card draw, you could use this, but it's very unreliable,
Yeah, I guess
right?
you could build around it, but she's going to be harder to kill. I mean, she can block, grab your sword, fire the cannons. They do nothing to her. Big Tinkerbell can't do anything to her. which I realize would be in a steel mirror match, but still, the sheep can block a lot of damage. If you want to kill her in one shot, then you got to hit her for 6. So,
Right.
there's a lot of good things there, I think. But
And we might see an uptick of the popularity of things like Mother Knows Best or Dragonfire, because
right,
that can get around this resist, which
yeah,
more characters will have. So
yeah. I'm interested to see what other type of removal they add in the second set, because we'll see what happens. Ooh, this card, Winnie the Pooh, the Honey Wizard. 5 cost, 5 strength, 5 willpower, 2 lore. I think this card has the coolest art of any card we've seen so far in the game, personally. It's pretty sweet.
it is sweet. It is so cool.
Um,
Um,
but
this
just
card is
vanilla,
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
it's there's nothing special about it, but its stats are really good actually. 5
yeah,
attack with 5 health is really strong. Um, that could kill a Maui. That could kill a big Tinkerbell and survive. And it has 2 lore. So it's
yeah.
kind of
Which,
not very exciting, but I think it's really kind of useful to have
yeah,
around.
well, especially in Amethyst. Amethyst doesn't have a ton of really strong characters. There's a lot of, Challenger. There's a lot of kind of weak Rush. They have some people with high, willpower but low strength. So I think it's good for Amethyst. Gives you an option. Uh, Again, I don't know that I'll see a ton of play. It's kind of one of those ones where it's like, oh, I have a few more spots. I'll throw in Winnie the Pooh. Uh, it's kind of where I'm seeing him at right now. I guess I don't know. We'll see if maybe he'll just fit great. Oh, went the wrong way. Ooh, okay. So this card is sweet. I am excited for this. So 0 to hero, 2 cost uninkable song. Count the number of characters you have in play. You pay that amount of ink less for the next character you play this turn. What do you think about this one?
Honestly, this card I think is going to be insane for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's the song, so you can sing it, right? So that means that let's say you're playing Amber and I don't know, another color, and you play 2 characters on your first 2 turns, and it's your third turn. You can use this card to sing. You can use your 2 cost character to sing this card, and then
Like a Simba,
if
a
you ink a
bodyguard
card,
Simba.
a bodyguard Simba. That means you can use Simba to sing this card, and then you pay 2 less
You could play a 5
and
cost.
3 ink. You can play a 5 cost. So, that's some might say, oh, that's like the same as just in time. But the thing is you don't have to use mana. Like,
Yeah.
or you don't have to use ink. This you can sing this, and you can have more characters. So you can play like 7 cost cards when you have 4 characters and
Yeah.
3 ink. Right? It's crazy.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think it's really similar to Just in Time, but it's not restricted to 5 costs. Like you said, you could use it to reduce an 8 cost down to 5 or something, right? Like you can. It's a little bit more versatile. Plus, in Amber, I'll exert my 2 cost bodyguard Simba to sing this song, right? Like there's some good stuff. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. You definitely. I think you would, kind of build your deck around this card, or have it in mind while you're building a deck. It's not this. I mean, you could just kind of throw it in any deck, but I don't know that it will necessarily be awesome in every deck. Um, so we'll have to see. Seems like a good one.
For sure.
Okay, then we get the Queen, 5 cost inkable, 4 strength, 3 willpower. She can shift for 2, which I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be another queen in this set, because the only other queen is the 5 cost amethyst one, and so
Right.
I'm assuming there'll be a cheaper queen. But her ability is pretty awesome. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets a -4 strength, and chosen character gets +4 strength this turn. So it's basically support, except you also subtract strength from an enemy. So pretty cracked. She's definitely one, like, you're probably going to get 1 quest out of her before somebody kills her, because that's a really good, like, you can just really use it to get good board control and clear your opponent's board.
Yeah, 100%. And something else that's interesting is all the shift that we've seen in chapter one is only a two difference between the cost of the card. But in this
Uh-huh.
case, it's a three difference, right? It's a five cost card, but you can
Oh.
shift it for two. That's a really, really low shift cost. So
Yeah, and
that's really
maybe
cool.
there won't be another queen then, and that's kind of why they're like, yeah, it's cheap. That's interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to see what else they come out with for that. Ooh, okay. So we get Belle. This is the first Emerald card we've seen. So Hidden Archer, 5 cost, uninkable. 3 strength, 3 willpower. You can shift for 3. But her big thing is the Thorny Arrows. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging character's player discards all cards in their hand. So, pretty strong ability. Definitely one that you're going to want to... She is, you can use Smash to kill her. She's definitely going to be one that you target. I don't know that her ability is overpowered at all. Because especially later on, like, you run out of cards kind of often, right? And sometimes it's like, oh, I have one card in my hand. I'll just, take her out with somebody cheap, easy. So I don't... I guess we'll have to see how strong she is. But I do like her ability. It's nice. I feel like Emerald is kind of lacking in strong characters.
Yeah, that is an interesting. Also, she doesn't have to be banished. It's just whenever she's challenged. So she
Yeah.
doesn't even have to die. It could be, you know, just by someone challenging her. So yeah, and she'll get dragon fired and smashed and all of that fun stuff
Yep.
because it's just not fun to deal with
Yeah,
that.
definitely one to keep your eye on. She's a legendary, so gonna be pretty good. Oh boy. Nice. So then we got my boy Gaston, the intellectual powerhouse. This is a Floodborn I'm excited for. 6 cost, 4 strength, 4 willpower. When you play this character, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put 1 into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is a better version of Develop Your Brain. When you play him, any quest for 3. Um,
Yeah, I think this is a really strong card. Something I was laughing at. I just like finally looked at the artwork there on the board back there at the bottom. It's like got the beast with X eyes like he's dead, and then Gaston and Belle together. I just thought that was funny, but
yeah, it's his
uh,
master plan.
yeah, it's a really good card. You always feel good playing it because of the ability,
Yeah,
right? So it's not like, oh, I
it
play it and it's
replaces
like,
itself.
yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting value because some of it happens when you play it. So I like this card a lot. I think cards like this will make blue a lot better. But
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is probably my favorite card of everything we've had revealed. So it's a 7 cost inkable Cinderella, 5 strength, 5 willpower. She can shift and has resist 2, so she takes 2 less damage from all sources, and has singing sword. Whenever you play a song, this character may challenge ready characters this turn. I think this is like a top tier S tier card for sure.
100%. 100%. Especially we already saw one song. That song was so strong. It's so scary that this character could potentially kill any character on the board.
Yeah, because I think right now, if you have um, Cusco, if you're playing an Emerald Ruby deck and you have the Shield of Virtue, you can just ready Cusco and he's got Ward and you can't do anything, right? There's not a ton of ways to deal with readied characters, and so this is another option. And she quests for a lot. She has pretty high health. She takes 2 less damage. Even when she challenges, like she's just insane. So I'm very
The
excited to see
the
her.
the two less damage means she doesn't take any damage from Cusco, any damage from Mad Hatter, any damage from Pongo, no damage from Grab Your Swords, Fire the Cannons, right? So she's so hard to deal with, right? What do you
Yeah.
do? Um, you
Yep.
have to Dragon Fire,
Plus,
you know,
she's in steel. You can play grab your sword, deal 2 damage to anyone, and then she can attack anybody on the board because you just played a song, right? So like there's some cool combos. I'm excited. This seems like a really good card for steel.
for sure.
Oh, Okay, so those are all the cards revealed. We just wanted to go through real quick and look at some of the other characters they've revealed. So here's the new Lumineers Trove for the Rise of the Floodborn set. So you can see Raya's there on the front. We already saw the Raya card. They have the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. So that's a card we can expect. Also, that Beast card is a new one that we haven't seen. And then if you looked really closely at the left side there, you can even see Shere Khan the tiger from Jungle Book popping up over on the left side. So I'm excited for those cards.
Yeah, and those will come with some fun ideas, right? Like,
Yeah, I really hope they give the Queen of Hearts something just wacky,
yeah, or off with your head.
right?
She's like famous for saying that. Yeah, that's gonna be something interesting. So
Yeah, like yeah, it's gonna have something. So these are the play mats and the deck boxes and sleeves. So they have the Winnie the Pooh that we've seen, but then they have this awesome gargoyle beast. I'm way excited for that card. That card looks so sick.
yeah, seriously. And then you've also got the pack art, right? So you've got Raya the dragon on
Yeah.
the top left, the blue, and then the red you have Mulan at the village. I'm personally excited about that. I just want to see Mushu and what sweet Mushu cards they have. Um, but yeah.
Oh, Zoom's telling me we only got 10 minutes left. Yeah, I'm way excited for Raya and the Last Dragon. It's I don't know if it was the most popular movie, but my girls love it and watch it all the time. So I'm actually kind of
Hmm.
excited for those cards and that whole movie characters and stuff. Okay, so this is interesting. So this was also part of their reveal for the second set, and they talk about that there's going to be Winnie the Pooh and Tiana, as well as these 6 other movies appearing in the second set. So they have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which the Queen is already in, so I'm not totally sure why that's a new thing. But and then Pinocchio, Zootopia, Great Mouse Detective, Jungle Book, and Raya and the Last Dragon. So quite the spread, of stuff. You got Pinocchio, which is one of the oldest movies, and then Raya and the Last Dragon and Zootopia are fairly recent. And Jungle Book, I love Jungle Book. I'm excited to see Mowgli.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun to see all of the new characters. I wonder what they'll do with Zootopia too. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Okay, this is another thing. So they're talking about how Floodborns are made, that the 6 ink colors mix together in the Great Illuminary, and when one of the Storyborn or Dreamborn glimmers that you summon encounter this crazy mixed ink, they surge and transform into Floodborn. And at the last sentence here, it says, as the magical ink poured out of the Illuminary, treasured lore went with it, including King Triton's powerful trident. Which is just a funny thing that they threw in. So I'm hoping that this is an item card that we get his trident, and it's like a really strong one. I would love to see like a legendary item that's just super strong, super impactful. So I'm hoping we'll see something like that. But the fact that they just threw that in there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're gonna do a little bit more with items just from that, and then also like rare items, maybe super rare items, legendary items. So
Yeah. Yes. And then they're going to need more item removal.
that's right.
Or, yeah, or else items will be too strong. Okay, and then the last thing we want to talk about, so this is kind of more of a prediction thing. So if you look at the quick start rules, it talks about when you're starting your turn, it says the beginning phase of your turn, ready, set, draw, ready your exerted cards. And then set is check for effects that happen at the start of your turn and follow their instructions. So this is something it's not in the game yet. There's not any cards that say at the start of your turn, blah, 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 blah. But it's already built into the quick start instructions, which makes me think that it's going to appear soon, and that we'll see some cards that say, at the start of your turn, you may heal a character, or you may, I don't know, exert opposing character. I don't know, something, right, that would have a cool effect. So I'm hoping that we see something like that pop up.
Yeah, for sure. And that could be with items, that could be with characters. I foresee it being with items, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a really interesting and fun effect. Something that they could do that we've talked about or maybe thought about is they could add cards called locations, like for example, the Cave of Wonders from
From Aladdin.
Aladdin. And that those kind of cards could have at the start of your turn effects,
Oh,
or
that'd be interesting.
Zootopia has the six different. It
Yeah,
has
like
like
Tundra
Sahara Town
Town. Yeah.
or Tundra Town or whatever, right? All those could have different effects. So we could see something like that as well, and that would
Yeah.
be really
Oh,
fun.
yeah. No, that'd be super cool. So, yeah. So, uh, that's it for all the new stuff, guys. We're pretty excited. We're going to keep covering all the stuff as it comes out. Um, let me pop this out. So, we're excited for all the new stuff. Make sure you're subscribed so you can be a part of everything we have going on.
Yep. Give us a like and comment. See ya.